Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. And welcome back to What If Week. This is the third What If of the week where I upload a What If video every single day of the week. The What If being featured today is What If Beerus woke up after GT, the fan fiction. And this is part 6. So for What If Week, my goal is for every single What If video to reach 1,000 likes. If every single What If gets 1,000 likes, then I'll promise you guys another What If week in the near future. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're not, and if you enjoyed the video, and also go to the link down below and do join my Discord and become a part of my community. I'm going to give you guys a summary of the previous parts, but if you would rather watch them instead, the links to all the previous parts will be linked in the description below. And if you don't need a summary, then here's a timestamp so you can skip ahead to the beginning. But anyways, guys, let's get into this summary. So in the previous part, Goten and Trunks would go in the time chamber only to find a revived Cell in there. After fusing to form Super Saiyan Blue Gotenks, Cell was outmatched, but he would then use his tail to absorb their power. Gohan then realized that Goten and Trunks were taking too long with their training, so he went to see why they were taking so long. He would see that Popo and Dende were dead, and he went to look into the chamber, where he saw Cell and Goten and Trunks' dead bodies. Gohan would go Super Saiyan Rage, but he wasn't enough to take Cell on when he would transform into Golden Cell. Gohan would be defeated and beaten, and then Goku, Vegeta, Bardock, and Majub would then walk into the time chamber to take on Cell. This is where we get into the beginning of the new part of the What If. So Goku and his friends had just entered the chamber. Well, Son Goku. It has been so long since we last talked. Vegeta's still second fiddle to Goku, aren't you? Vegeta looked at Cell with a grunt. And Bardock, father of Goku, and strongest fighter to ever exist. And this guy here, Oob, the reincarnation of Majin Buu. How do you know of all of this, Cell? I have my sources, of course, Son Goku, but that doesn't matter. I have now become far too strong for any of you to defeat me. Stay back, Goku. I will finally defeat Cell, and I won't make the same mistake that I did years ago. I will kill him right away. Vegeta immediately transformed it into a Super Saiyan 4 Blue and went to take on Perfect Cell immediately. Cell went golden and went to take on Vegeta. The two were fighting and seemed on par, but Vegeta definitely had the upper hand in the fight. Despite all of Perfect Cell's training, it seemed all for naught, as he was likely going to be defeated by Vegeta, and he even knew that Bardock was much stronger than Vegeta, so he really had no chance. But Cell had a plan B for this scenario. Cell then created hundreds of Cell Juniors. He ordered all of them to attack, and he began to retreat further into the time chamber, where he could continue his training on the run and become strong enough to overpower them in the future. It took several minutes for them to take on the Golden Cell Juniors and defeat them, and they end up killing them all. Or they think they killed them all. By the time they had defeated them, Cell was too far gone. He was so far away they couldn't even sense his ki anymore. Bardock then was going to leave the chamber to tell the others that Cell was back, then they would be in the time chamber a while, waiting for him to return, and also looking for him. Just as Bardock exits the room of spirit and time, a last Cell Jr. destroys the door, and Goku, Bardock, and Majub wouldn't know how Gotenks or Buu escaped the room of spirit and time back during the Buu saga, so they felt like they would have to stay in until it was fixed by Dende. But this is perfect for Cell. He would not have to deal with Bardock. Perfect Cell had begun to continue his training, and Bardock was pissed, because first off, Dende was not there to fix the door because he was dead, so he couldn't go and help them, even though he knew he could defeat Cell pretty easily himself. He sat there and waited to see if anything was going to happen. After several hours passed, Bardock grew impatient, and with several hours passing, that means several months have passed inside of the room of spirit and time, and Bardock could not foresee what was going to happen. But he would then go and find help from Goku's friends and family. After they told him, they discussed that he would need to go to New Namek to use the Dragon Balls to wish Dende back to life, so that the Earth Dragon Balls would also return as well, and then Dende could fix the door. By the time Bardock had reached Namek and wished Dende back to life, 12 hours had passed since he left the chamber, meaning 6 months had passed inside the room of spirit and time for Goku, Vegeta, Majub, and Bardock, and Gohan as well. It is good that you are back, Dende, so that you can fix this entrance. How long until you can fix it? Are you sure we should even open it? Cell is a very dangerous person, and he will be trapped in there. How dare you even suggest that, Dende? This is Goku we're talking about. How many times has he saved this godforsaken planet? Fine, Bardock, I will rebuild the door. Just know that it takes a month to properly fix it. As if I don't make it properly, it could completely erase the dimension they are currently in, and they would be gone forever. A month? A month? That's 30 years on the inside. Yes, it's unfortunate, but it is the only way to fix it. Meanwhile, on the inside, Majub had healed Gohan and everybody else to get their energy completely at 100%. He even revived Goten and Trunks, who they weren't really dead at the time, but their bodies were just so old and so shriveled up that people thought they were dead, but when Majub healed them, they went back to normal, and of course got a Zenkai boost from it. They all started training together while also trying to find Perfect Cell on their journey to defeat the villain once and for all. Perfect Cell would finally return though, and then the real fight would begin. Meanwhile on the outside, Bardock spent the entire 30 days sitting outside of the chamber, meditating, waiting for Dende to finish fixing the entrance to the Room of Spirit and Time. For 30 days, Bardock's eyes did not open. The second that Dende had finished the entrance, Bardock opened his eyes. He stood up and was ready to see what was going on inside of the Room of Spirit and Time. He walked towards it, ready for anything. Before he reached the entrance, a figure emerged from the chamber, sprinting. It was an old man with terror in his eyes. Goku? This isn't Kakarot. This is my grandson, Goten. Where is everybody else? Dead. They're all dead. Cell's a monster. He can't be defeated. We must close the door at once. If we keep the door open, then we will never... And before the now old Goten can finish his sentence, a tail emerges from the entrance and wraps around his neck, pulling him back into the Room of Spirit and Time. Bardock rushes in. When he re-emerges into the Room of Spirit and Time, he sees the man he once saw, except now shriveled and dead. Goten was of course an old man because 30 years passed while Bardock was waiting for the door to be opened, and Cell had just absorbed his energy after pulling him back in. Bardock saw the bodies of Trunks and Gohan, but he didn't see the bodies of anyone else like Goku, Vegeta, or Majub, and that really made Bardock suspicious. Were they still fighting, or did Cell absorb them in a different way? Bardock continued walking into the Room of Spirit and Time, looking around and trying to see if he can find where Cell is. Bardock wants vengeance on the man who killed his grandsons. Bardock has now ventured far into the realm of the chamber, and finally he met face to face with Cell. Where are Kakarot and Vegeta? Well, maybe you should ask where Majub is too. I absorbed Majub, and this gave me the powers of the legendary Majin Buu. I then absorbed Vegeta and your son, and now I'm unstoppable. I will take control of this universe. I can't let that happen. Too late. And Cell puts his finger up to his forehead and senses Goten's near lifeless body right next to the chamber entrance. Perfect Cell teleports right next to him using instant transmission and then walks out of the Room of Spirit and Time. Bardock then transforms into Super Saiyan White and rushes for the door. But right before he leaves and is able to exit the room, Cell has destroyed the chamber door from the outside. Bardock is stuck and he is trapped. After 3 years pass inside, he realizes that what Cell is probably doing. Getting stronger, absorbing everyone. He probably even absorbed Beerus by now, and he likely rules the universe, or at least the planet. All of Goku's friends and family are probably now dead. He wondered if anyone would ever fix the door. Thousands of years passed for Bardock as the door remained sealed shut, and on the outside, Cell has become the ruler of the universe. He didn't destroy the Earth because he wanted to see its people suffer. Nearly 30, a young brother and sister were wandering around the Earth. They were in their mid-teens, and they loved adventure as is the only fun thing to do in Cell's hellhole called Earth. It was the only thing that they could do in their bleak lives. They would eventually wander among something amazing to their own eyes. This used to be the tower that went beyond even the clouds. Yes, Maya, this tower was destroyed back when Cell came to power. I don't know why he destroyed something of such beauty. Mom said boys from the village used to try to climb the tower years ago. Nobody could ever reach the top. She did hear of one boy, though, who made it to the top, but that was before her time. Wow, Luke, I wish we could have seen what it was like. Why are there so many beans here? I don't know, that's odd. That must have been just what they ate. I don't know. Wow, Luke, what's this? It says it's called the Room of Spirit and Time. While in here, a day passes on the outside, but an entire year passes inside this room. Wow, that's amazing. We should go in. Maya, no, this is dangerous. We don't know what's in there. Come on, life sucks anyways. If we do die, then so be it. Ugh. Let's do it. Maya and Luke put the pieces of the entrance back together, and the chamber was ready to be opened. Luke and Maya then continued their adventure and walked into the room of spirit and time. Inside was a now very old Bardock. He was meditating. He has been meditating for decades in there now. The second that Luke and Maya appeared in the chamber, he flinched and his eyes opened. Finally, somebody fixed the door. Somebody opened it and somebody walked in. But who were the two to open it? And who were the ones that proved Bardock's foresight to be right once again? Anyways, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's basically the finale, sort of, but not really. It's kind of the start to my own new fanfiction that I'm trying to get away from a what if, but I hope you guys did enjoy. This is going to feature new characters on their quest to defeat Cell. And a bit of a plot hole, but the reason I'm going to say why they could easily fix the chamber entrance is because Cell didn't damage it that much, and I'll say in my own headcanon that it is easier to fix the door from the outside than the inside. And so that's how I'm going to explain it. It's not perfect. I am just kind of switching things because this is not a real what if. This is a fan fiction story. So it's more fan fiction and headcanon than actual theory or analysis. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please do leave a like because remember, 1,000 likes on all my what if videos this week will guarantee another what if week in the near future. But also, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll see more of my videos. Also, join my Discord and follow me on Twitter. And I have to give a big shout out to all my Patreon supporters, Daraj Payton, the Awesome Guy Only Sports Broku on Patreon, and Zach Trotaku. And thanks to my Super Saiyan 2s, Israel Flores, Mystic Ghoul, Darius, Badass Thug, Griffin Jacob, Dutch Gamer Monkey, Sin Overlord, Connor Trigg, Locke, and Gerald Herbert. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It means so much. It really does. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.